Hey guys, MooneyB123 here with you today. In this video today, I'm going to show you how to convert this size of a SIM card to this size of a SIM card. So I'm going to show you how to convert from this mini SIM card down to this micro SIM card for your phone. I've seen lots of videos and websites that show you how to do this, but they always have you to download this template to lay on here to show you exactly what you need to cut. And those templates are good, but the problem with it is first of all, all the ones I ever saw said you had to print it out on some special paper. I think it was size A2, and I didn't never have that size of paper, so I'm like, are the dimensions going to be wrong on it? And before I'd ever really cut one, I kind of was thinking, well, how am I going to get that exactly right? I've cut quite a few of these SIM cards now and realized really there's quite a bit of room for error on cutting these things. As you see, this is my AT&T micro SIM card. This is my personal one. And you can see there's a little bit of plastic between the gold piece here and the edge. I've had some others that are made as micro SIMs, and there's even less plastic there. And I guess really what matters is this distance on this part, on this side, from here to here. Because when you put it in your phone, you take it like this, and you slide it in there. And so this on the back side here is just kind of dangling out here anyway, so that really probably doesn't serve any kind of a purpose. So anyways, there's actually quite a bit of room for error. I've found out. I've cut a lot of these, put them in phones, and they've worked fine. So what I want to do is just kind of show you a practical way that you can do this without having to use those templates. Just to kind of show you that it's really not as precise as what it's kind of made out to be. Of course, you know, if you have a valuable SIM, I'm not sure why you'd have a valuable SIM card, but and if it was valuable, you probably wouldn't be cutting it anyways. But if you're afraid that that you might mess it up, just download one of those templates. But even with those templates, I found they're still not exact. You're still not going to get them perfect, even with those templates. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to convert this size mini down to this size micro. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I've got one of these Net 10 SIM cards. I bought quite a few of these a while back, and so I've just got some to waste here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut this one. I want to save this T-Mobile one for another purpose. So I'm going to cut this one down, and I'm going to make it into a micro SIM card. This is mini size. This is mini. This is micro. So we're going to convert from this to this. Okay. Before we do that, and any pair of scissors really works fine for this. If you have some better scissors, use those, but I found it really doesn't matter too much. Take this part of your SIM card. This piece right here is worthless. It's got numbers over here, so you may want to keep those numbers for some reason. But this other stuff, this serves no purpose. This is basically trash, really. So it's what I would suggest before you go to cutting on this thing. Before you start cutting on this thing, just cut on this a little bit. And just kind of get a feel of the way the material feels as you cut it. And you'll be able to kind of tell the resistance that it gives, and that way maybe as you're cutting this you'll be able to anticipate kind of how it feels. It kind of has like a hard plastic kind of a feel, and with a little bit of rubberiness into it, a little bit of sponginess. So, but that's what I'm saying. Just cut this a little bit, a few times. Just keep cutting it, and it'll just kind of give you an idea of what it actually feels like to cut your SIM card. Okay. So let's talk about what's going to happen here. When I cut this, I'm going to cut this side right here to where there's not much plastic at all. And then same thing on this side. On this side, we're going to cut it down to where the plastic is about the same width as one of these gold bars right here. So I'm going to cut it to be about the same width of plastic as there is those gold bars. And then on this, we're going to cut it to where there's about that much. Okay? So let me just show you kind of how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to cut this side where there's very little plastic. Okay, in fact, I probably cut it a little bit too close there, but I've done this before, even that close, and it works fine. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to cut it where there's just a tiny little bit, and actually that's too much. Okay, just a tiny little bit there. Now as I cut it on this side, I'm going to cut it to where, as I said, about the width of that gold bar. I want the plastic to be about one of those widths. So somewhere about like that. See how the width of that is about the same as that. And then on this top side, I'm going to cut it to where there's probably about half of one of those bar widths. So that bar width and about half of that is about what I'm going to do on top. And then I'm just going to cut a little notch right here. And that should be pretty close. If it's not exact, then I can go and I can trim it up a little bit more. So this is my Galaxy Note 2. So this fits in here just like this. Felt it click in there. Let me do that again. Let's come out and feel that tiny little click. Let me put my battery in. Boot this up. Now this is a non-activated SIM, so it's not going to work, but it will show that it's reading it. So you can see there it's reading that the SIM is there, but it's not accepting it. So it worked. Thanks for watching.